Hello, folks. Welcome back to Fast Ludi, aka FLUTI, aka Fast Leaks Under the Ink, aka I don't know. I'm Spy, joined here by the amazing Conro. Hello.
Hello, Spy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FLUTI, presented by Dapple Productions. We're in FLUTI today. This is the final round of the group stage. Groups of 6 fighting for those 2 spots. We are in... Which group are we in here? We're in Group C. And this is a bit of an interesting group, this one. So going into the final match, we have 3 teams that have won 3 and lost 1. And we have Pony Strikes that have won 2 and lost 2. So going into this round, we have 4 teams that theoretically could still go through. Pony Strikes absolutely need to win this, and if they do, they'll be above BR Gang on a tiebreaker. So I don't even know. If Pony Strikes win, I don't even know. It might depend on other results here as well. So Pony Strikes definitely up against it. BR Gang, it's pretty simple for them. If they win this, they're through. If they lose, they probably aren't, but it might depend on how some other results go. Yeah, we've had an interesting lead up to this game. Crossfire kind of upset Pony Strikes just then, which put them in a bit of a spot. But anyway, it's all to play for in this group. Some huge final matches. Pony Strikes versus BR Gang. Game 1, Spy, is Crableg Clan Blitz. And I hear you're a big fan of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, in my opinion, this is like peak gaming. This map is just so good on Clan Blitz. It's really insane. I love that you can actually paint walls. Like, it's insane. Like, can you imagine this is like by the same people that made like mincemeat? Isn't that insane?
It is pretty crazy. But yes, I do agree. That's why it's part of why this map is pretty good. And of course, Clan Blitz, you've got 3 ways to the basket as well. You've got this little block here, which Trixie is trying to survive next to. You have the simple ramp, and of course you have the top right where you have to run along those grates. A bit dangerous, but it can be quite good for trying to lock the team out if you get a wipeout or anything like that. So we're almost a minute in. Pretty much no clams on either side right now, just team fights galore. Never mind, we've got a wipeout now on the side of BR Gang. Pony Strikes have a chance, and they're just waiting to get a power clam ready, and they made one, but I think they missed there, and the power clam is probably going to disappear. That is the first opportunity for a push gone, Spy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's kind of unfortunate, and it seems like Booyah Gang is absolutely... Why do I say absolutely so often? I'm sorry. And it seems like Booyah Gang just kind of wants to kind of counter push. But it's going to be difficult at times, especially. But they do have 3 ways to go in. So they have more opportunities to move across the map. And thus Fontana Wiper just completely one-shot the sloshing machine. And there's the hero shot fighting against, I think it's the Splash? I didn't really see it that much. Oh no, it's the Tetras. And the Tetras go in with the Reef Slider. They get no one. Never mind, they got the machine, but they traded. And now it's a 3v2 for Pony Strikes. But it still seems like Booyah Gang is just kind of keeping up this constant aggression and pressure. They don't get the power clam in though, so that's not something that they want to look forward to.
Yeah, Badoo. I think I've only seen Badoo play Tetris, so that is definitely them on there. Yeah, we've seen a couple of I'd say kind of desperate pushes so far. They have a power clam, but they weren't able to kind of push the basket. Having said that, though, someone on BR Gang was able to pick up that power clam and at least throw it in. So that is points on the board for BR Gang, and if Pony Strikes aren't able to get the basket open at all, that will be game at this point. I think both teams are just having a little bit of trouble pushing. The ramp is, it's quite easy to defend. I'd say the block on the right, if they're wise to you trying to flank on the right, they can deal with it. So yeah, 3 ways in, but I don't know, both teams struggling with that right now. It does look like BR Gang might get another push going though. They've got a lot of specials out here.
Yeah. And oh my god, I feel like they just kind of struggle to go in there. I mean, they've tried to put in the power clam, but I feel like they're doing it too rapidly. Of course they're trying their best, but I don't think this will kind of get to anything, especially if like the power clam disappears at some time. I mean, it's probably going to be now that it disappears, and it did. I
Yeah,
feel like
neither team
Booyah
just...
Gang just kind of... What? No, you go on, sorry.
Yeah, they don't seem to want to let these power clams die. You know, they could kind of form a push, get taken up near the basket, and then someone else on Booyah Gang will be swimming in, just insisting on keeping that power clam alive and trying to throw it in. But yeah, solid defense from Pony Strikes so far, but it is on them to at least open BR Gang's basket to get some points on the board. I think Bado was able to go along those grates and flank. They get a pick, but they are cleaned up by Mitch and Pony Strikes. I don't think they have the players alive right now to do anything. Trixie's in a spot with the wiper, and they get taken out as well. Less than a minute. Only 20 points on the board for either team here. It is BR Gang who are leading, and are they going to be able to close this one out?
I mean, it seems like both teams tend to be a little bit more aggressive, but Pony Strikes is just kind of being oppressed, especially with the special output that Booyah Gang just kind of emits here. They had the Wavebreaker, they had the Crab Tank, they have the Booyah Bomb, but Pony Strikes still has the E-Litter just kind of defending for everybody. But now Booyah Gang gets another push in. They've already pushed to 52 gal, haha. But only the splash remains, and this is gonna be push that Booyah Gang has had here for the late game of this match, and it's gonna be hard for Pony Strikes to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. Out comes the Zuka. This could be huge if they get a pick. 2 down elsewhere, though. Is that going to be able to take out the machine? It's not quite, but they did lose 2 players there, BR Gang. However, the E-Liter goes down for Pony Strikes. They just have to get the picks now and rush to that basket. They have plenty of clams on them, but they just have to use these specials. Out comes the BR Bomb, not able to take out anyone. And this is just solid defense from BR Gang. Pony Strikes have so many clams. 2 down now. They have to just rush this. They don't have much left of overtime. Can they at least get this basket open? They are not able to. They were so close to forming what probably would have been a game-winning push there at the end. They had so many clams, but time was not on their side. And game 1 goes to BR Gang.
Both of these teams had problems pushing in, I believe. Like, we saw that they just kind of wanted to get points off the counter right away, but it didn't really work out, especially for Booyah Gang. And we could see that if they just take time with their pushes, they can just kind of, you know, get more points off the board instead of, like, desperately trying to throw in that power clam for 20 points that don't really do that much and just give the other team a power clam.
Yeah, definitely. I think, BR Gang, I guess they did it better. Their second push, they definitely got some points on the board, and Pony Strikes were possibly just struggling with that, you know, classic quick respawn Tetra Badu that just comes in, and even if they get a pick or 2, it does really hinder your pushes. And I think right at the end, Pony Strikes were kind of getting to grips with it. For that final push, they had a player on top right. They probably had players on the left as well. They were pincering well, but they just didn't have the time. BR Gang's defense held up for just about long enough that they kind of kept Pony Strikes from reaching the basket. But pretty close game, I'd say. So let's see how it goes for Rainmaker Museum. What do you think of this map, Spy?
It's okay, I think. I mean,
I would agree.
It feels kind of cheesy at times because you can just kind of push from the mid spinner to the checkpoint immediately, and that seems kind of lame in some aspects. You sadly don't have the block on the left side like in Clamblitz, and that just kind of hinders you, but I can understand why. I mean, there's only kind of one checkpoint to push, so this just kind of makes this map mode a little bit worse for me because you don't have 2 checkpoints, you just have 1. But I still say it's not that bad. It's solid.
Yeah, I'd agree with that as well. I mean, I know you can kind of jump from the spinner, but besides the spinner, there's only really one route to their platform, and that is the ramp on the right-hand side. And I mean, from that game we've just seen, they seem to be struggling to push the ramp a little bit. But I would say, like, wipeouts here are definitely huge. If one team sets up on your plat, you're in a lot of trouble. So let's see how they do that. I'm sure the Tetra will be trying to push Pony Strikes plat all game, trying to get some picks for their team.
Yeah.
but yeah, I wonder if we're going to kind of see any changes here. Pony Strikes, yeah, as we said earlier, they definitely have to win this. I'm not sure if a win will be enough. It will go down to tiebreakers, but BR Gang, they also have to win this essentially to go through. It's very close, this group. There's about 4 teams still in it. But yeah, Pony Strikes, they have to win 2 in a row now. Rainmaker Museum and Zones Mahi if we get that far.
I'm just wondering how these matches are going to play out with like their team comms. Because we've seen some variety in this tournament. And I wonder if it's just going to go like further, or teams are just going to proceed to the triple shooter comp.
Yeah, it's interesting. If we do see any changes for this one, it's taken a while. So I'd imagine maybe teams are considering changing some things before we get into game 2. It is worth mentioning there is another game that's over already. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Nawal, Nawal, but
wait, which group?
Group C. This is so. They won their last match, so they're definitely through. So it's pretty much all on this game now. And
I thought you meant like Narwhal or something, but
no,
R, but so it's
Sorry,
not Narwhal.
Narwhal still exists, everyone. Good news. But no, they're a team in this group, and they won their last match, so they are definitely advancing to the playoffs. And yeah, besides that, I don't know. If BR Gang win here, they will be going through as well. If Pony Strikes win, it's up in the air with tiebreakers.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's still all to play for BR Gang. Want to confirm it at least. You know, if they get that 4th win, they're definitely through. And yeah, taking the time. I guess they're going to let that select timer run out. Are we going to see any changes?
They don't want to play anymore. Oh, they do.
No, we are going to see it. We are going to see game 2. Is it going to get decided?
Tetra's machine. That's lame. Okay, but
there you go.
We have pretty normal comms, like usual comms that we've seen already, like with machine and shooters and everything and ballpoint.
Yeah, I think it was BR Gang that was bringing a bit more QR, so they're definitely going to kind of play more aggressive. There were a couple of last-ditch efforts on Pony Strikes. BR Gang didn't have any, so yeah, a bit more conservative and just kind of maybe trying to spam the fizzies and stuff like that towards the end. But BR Gang pretty commanding at the start of this. They've broken the checkpoint already, and we said getting to their plat can be dangerous, and everyone on BR Gang is on their plat spy.
That's already an insane push.
Well, there you go.
Wow, they've pushed to 46, which is already promising for them. And of course they have the checkpoint, which is the only one in this entire map, sadly. And the charger is doing a really good job. Wait, is it gonna try? Oh, I thought there was nobody left on the side of Pony Strike, so I thought this was actually insane. They were just gonna sneak by everyone and just go to the podium, but never mind. They actually did manage to defend that one.
Yeah, pretty crazy work from both teams there. It looked like they were going to get a decent push, but the Zuka just stopped them completely. And then the machine on BR Gang just got a couple of picks, tried to keep it going. Badu is actually behind them right now. Out comes the Reef Slide. Can they at least deal with Badu? Going to be such a big thorn in their side. 2 down for Pony Strikes, though. Are they going to be able to keep this push going? They're being pushed back quite hard. Big pick from Mitch on the machine, but they get cleaned up by the machine on the other side. It's just a push to 72 for Pony Strikes. They're going to at least have to get through that first checkpoint. Some solid play from the machine here so far. I've seen they've got a lot of good picks. Rainmaker on their side again, 2 down, and Hero Shot is just nowhere to be seen. This is going to be a big push here, I think.
Oh, absolutely. What is happening? Oh, I actually thought this was going to be it, because I was so confused because they shot him and they just didn't get picked off, but they already pushed to 2. Like, Pony Strikes basically has to KO in order to win this, which is difficult on Museum, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Pony Strikes have it all to do to stay in the set, not only the set, but in the tournament. 2 down. I mean, they do pretty well here. I think the last 2 players for BR Gang are behind them. Is that going to be the check? Yes, it is. The charger for BR Gang still trying to do stuff in the middle, but that is a wipeout. This is a huge opportunity for Pony Strikes to take this back. Out comes the whale. They've got to try and move this pretty quickly here just before the players come back in for BR Gang. They're all there, though. Pony Strikes have lost the player. The charger pretty set up on the top right. They get taken out, but it's a little bit too late. 3 players down for Pony Strikes, but that's promising stuff at least. They are able to get a wipeout, and they have broken the first checkpoint.
Yeah, as you said, really promising for them. We still have 2 minutes left, so it's all up into the air, like who's gonna take this win. And it seems like it's on the favor of Booyah Gang currently, though. They have 3 specials. Wait, what happened? Everybody just died.
Just players just getting splattered, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what happened. But yeah, you are right. BR Gang have, I mean, they of course have a massive lead. Pony Strikes basically have to KO. They have a crab tank ready. The Tetra's down, but it's a Tetra. They'll be back in 3 seconds, I'm sure. The machine gets taken out. Solid team play from Pony Strikes. Oh, the charger. Oh, but they're able to retreat. They're not taken out. A teammate helps. 2 players down for Pony Strikes. That looked like a pretty good opportunity. Just not able to capitalize. And solid teamwork from BR Gang to maintain the lead in this one. Every time I've checked Badoo, they're behind them. they're just not even on their own team. The Tetra is behind them.
Yeah, literally, Tetra's just playing like Tetras are supposed to be. Just go in and die. But it's actually really fun because like we haven't seen that many Tetras ever since like the cooler meta began, I think, and just a lot of specials have increased in like popularity. I feel like Tetras are kind of falling off, but it's nice to see them here. We only have 40 seconds left. What is happening? Oh my god, the Ballman is actually really doing some great stuff. They got a pick currently, but it's still really gonna be hard for Pony Strikes to pick up anything here. We see that Booyah Gang's defense is actually really solid, and it's gonna be hard, especially when the charger aims at the Inkjet and gets them. So this is gonna be difficult for them.
It is. It's 2v2 with only 10 seconds left. They have to grab the Rainmaker. Is Mitch the Machine going to pick it up? They're not going to go for it. They're going to take out Badoo first at the very least, and out comes the BR Bomb. Someone has to pick that up, though, and they do. Pony Strikes at least have the Rainmaker. They're going to get one more chance here. Now they have to get the picks. This is to stay in the tournament. They have to overtake that lead of 2 points. But the Rainmaker, they're being pressured hit. The Charger has actually gone round, but they can't quite get the pick. It's 3v3. Zaska with the Rainmaker. Can they clear them out? They basically have to get a team wipe here. Badoo, the Tetra goes in. The Tetra gets taken out. I mean, they're still going. The Rainmaker with it. They're just... Oh, the back.
Yeah. It was really a difficult play right there. I mean, you basically had to KO. And when a team really knows what they're doing and they're able to defend all of this, then you're gonna have a hard time there. And we just witnessed that.
Wow, it's not every game I see of all the specials to just shut down a Rainmaker push. Vac isn't one I've seen very often.
Yeah, like Vac has kind of gained in popularity ever since its buff of the damage. And it's actually really solid right now. I think the most people would describe Zipcaster as the worst special currently, or maybe Reef Slider. But yeah, there's just a lot of change in how some special weapons are just kind of interpreted. So yeah, Vac has kind of gained popularity.
Yeah, I can definitely see why Vac. I mean, the explosion on it is absolutely huge now, as we know.
Yeah.
It still shoots out pretty slowly. I'm not sure if it was the explosion there or the shot that took out the Rainmaker. It looked like it was the shot because the explosion came after, but still,
yeah.
What an end to that set. Pony Strikes, they did their best. It was unfortunate for them that BR Gang got that push to 2 when they got that push to 2 at all. Because again, I think it was kind of like game 1. They got into the game, so to speak, a little bit late. BR Gang had already done the work pretty much. So
yeah,
all they had to do was defend the lead. And they did. So, yeah, no questionable tiebreakers here where we wonder who's gone through. It will be Nawal, as I'm not sure how to say that, but and Booyah Gang. Booyah Gang did lose to that other team, so I think they'll be finishing second. So I believe in the first round of the playoffs, they'll play one of the teams that won their group. We'll see. There is an uneven number of teams going into the bracket here, so there might be a little prelim stage for them first. But yeah, good stuff. That is the end of the group stage of this, and it does mean that also it is the end of myself and Spy's commentary.
Yeah, I always forget that. I don't know why.
Yeah, we have to end it at some point. I think we're gonna hand it over to I think it's Hat and Bio for the elimination stage of this. So yeah, don't go anywhere. Exactly. Dapple Productions will be back in a moment.
We still have to,
Yeah, we do. Yeah, don't worry. But yes, Spy, please tell our lovely viewers where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at DrSpyLOL. I mostly discuss Splatoon stuff, and I sometimes do art, and I'm kind of taking very long for that, but it's fun. But yeah, where can people find you?
You can find me, as it says on the screen, at Conro_SPL. Good old classic Splatoon player Twitter handle there.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and it's still Twitter to me, so I don't care. It's not X.
Same.
And on Twitch, I am just Conro, CONRO. I somehow got that one, so you can spot me there on Twitch if you like. But yeah, we're going to go to a quick break. Dapple will be back with the new casters for the elimination stage. But thanks everyone for listening to me and Spy, and we'll see you in a bit.
See ya.